What's up, guys? I'm Noob Genesis, and today I'm bringing another gameplay commentary, this time on TDM on Stonehaven. And before I say anything, I just want to say this gameplay is the definition of carrying your team. Like, I'm using a sniper rifle. I know that's not a big deal in Stonehaven, but I literally get, it's TDM, it's to 75 kills. I literally get more than half of my team's kills. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were sitting in corners and couldn't find anyone. Maybe they were, I don't know, beating the shit out of like their younger brother. Maybe they were eating their hands. Maybe they were just like, I don't know, maybe they didn't even have hands. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I got more kills than the entire rest of my team. So this game is just serious carrying. But anyway, just actually a little tip about Stonehaven. Everyone always likes to spawn trap at the B side, like in the castle, and they're like, that's where you get your clips. And that's where everyone thinks you can get, like, it's the only place that people think they can get clips. Personally, I actually prefer them at C and A side. More than likely, if you see where I am right now, the complete opposite corner, there's a broken house back there, and they spawn there pretty heavily. And the reason I say this is because, sure, B flag's easy, like they walk into your sights, but I don't think it's as easy to get a clip purely because it's not as fast. Like, they don't come into it as fast. You can get a rolling clip really easily, but up the top, it's much more fast-paced with the spawns because they spawn closer to you and they don't have to run around corners and stuff. They're just right there. So anyway, that's just a little tip for you. Take it and use it however you want. But anyway, moving on to the commentary. And today I want to talk about a bit about psychology, actually, and how it affects both people in general and also how it can affect your gameplay and how you can kind of counteract it. So, first things first is I want to talk about what prompted me to do this. Now, with reactionary feelings, and this is going to be quite ironic because I just recorded my thing where I talk about how I don't worry or stress about things I know I can't change. So this is going to be pretty ironic, but anyway. So, basically, there's another YouTuber, an Aussie YouTuber, who I'm actually subscribed to, called Cryptic Existence. And I play with him every now and then, and he's actually a really good commentator. And I'll leave a link in the description down below for you to go check out his channel, and that'd be pretty awesome. So he does a lot of just a lot of gameplays, and his commentaries, the reason I like it is because he's a very relatable guy. You can listen to what he says, and you can kind of go, like, you can just feel like that it's partly of something that you've experienced, or you can kind of, it might be a common situation or something, but it's kind of funny, and then you just relate it to yourself as well. It's hard to explain, but he's just a very relatable guy, and just a genuine guy overall, and I quite like it. So you should go check out his channel. But anyway, moving on. The reason that prompted this is Cryptic normally posts about once every 2 to 3 days. It's pretty consistent, but it's every 2 or 3 days. And that's all well and good. But the thing is if you don't know, I have insomnia. And due to this, I normally only sleep, unless I take sleeping tablets, I normally only sleep like once every day and a half, or I might just have a really weird sleeping pattern for a while, and then other times I just won't sleep for ages, and other times I'll just sleep constantly. It's really weird how it works. But anyway, the point is that I don't wake up at normal hours where, for example, like the hours that Cryptic posts. And sometimes because of this, I may miss one of his videos. And like today he actually, and this is the part that really prompted it, was today he commented on one of my videos. And I'm like, oh, crap. I haven't seen one of Cryptic's videos in a while. Because I just hadn't seen in the sub box. So I went and checked out his videos. And then I commented on his. And all that's all well and good. But then all of a sudden, and this is back to the reactionary feeling things. I couldn't explain why, but I reacted as if, hang on, I hope he doesn't think that I'm only commenting on his video because he commented on mine. Because that's not the case. And the thing that really gets to me and confuses me is, I know that's the reason. Like, I know the reason is because of my sleeping pattern. And I shouldn't have to justify that or anything like that. But at the same time, is while I know this, my mind is just like, no, logic, no, bad. Your mind just kind of like contradicts anything that makes common sense. And I don't understand why it does that. And it really intrigues me on how that works. So that's kind of what happened. That's what prompted me to make this. And I want to kind of turn this into a bit more about COD. And this is another thing that was actually prompted by his video. The video that I first watched, I watched a few because I had to catch up. The first video I watched of Cryptic's was his first KEM on Ghosts. And it reminded me of the first time I got a Moab. And it also reminds me of the first time I got my first few clips that I ever hit on Black Ops 2. Because Black Ops 2 was when I actually started trying to hit clips. So anyway, one of the biggest things when you go for your first KM or the first few or Moabs or whatever is there's this reactionary feeling, and I know all of us would have felt it at one point, and it is one of the most annoying feelings in a world when it gets in the way. And it's pressure. Self-pressure. And what this is basically, if you're not really following me, what this is when you get into your head, you're like, an example would be when you get 3 kills. All on, like when you're using a sniper and you're going for a quad feed, you get 3 kills, and they're all in there, and it hasn't been split, and you know that you've got enough time to get another one before it will, like, any will fade, and you're like, yes, this is the perfect chance to get a quad feed. And then you see someone, you're like, yes, I can do this. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, what happens if I screw up? I'm like, oh no, this is an opportunity, I could screw this up, and you get into your head, and you kind of screw yourself up. And it goes from this thing where you've done well. You've gotten 3 kills really fast with a sniper rifle. You've done well. Realistically, you shouldn't have any trouble with this other one. And I'm sitting here saying this, knowing this. And someone who hasn't hit as many clips might say the same thing. They can understand this and know this. But somehow your brain's like, yep, screw you. And it gets in the way anyway. And it's kind of interesting how that happens. And another example is obviously with KMs. You just got, say if you haven't got hardline on, so it's 25 kills. You just got 24 kills without dying. You bested 24 people, be it from flanking or from actual just gun skill. You beat 24 people. One person is not a big deal. However, your brain just goes, holy crap, this one person is me or a KM or no KM. And it just builds up. And it goes from this one person to being more important than all 24 previous ones. And again, you think about that, and logically that makes no sense in the fucking world, but it does it anyway. And it's kind of messed up how that works. So, back to this, going for feeds and stuff and how it interferes. So, a lot of this problem is you get into your head and you just go, fuck. And that's not the worst part. The real problem is when you consciously know this is happening, but you don't know how to fix it. Like, you try, but no matter what you do, it just doesn't change. And at the end of it, you're just like, screw this. And at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, you've pointed out the obvious. We don't need to hear how we screw up all the time or whatnot. What are you going to do to help us? And you might not like the answer to this, to be honest. But in my experience, and this has been very prevalent when you get halfway through a game especially, and you've gotten used to getting clips and stuff, you find it very obvious that the main solution to getting over this pressure is is doing it. And I know that may sound very dull, but it's kind of like the idea of the saying where it's to get over a fear you should challenge it head on. It really is like that. Once you've got your first KM, once you've got your first Moab, you kind of release this pressure because it goes from, I think I can do this. Like when you're on that 24 kills, it goes from, okay, there's a chance I can do this. Might be able to do this. After the first time, it's like, I've done this before. There is a chance I could do this, and it's probably a good chance. And then after 5 times where you've gotten a KM, you're just like, yeah, I can do this. It's just one guy. And then after like 50 of them or whatever, you're just like, oh, another chem. Maybe I should try for a second one. And it really comes down to that. It's the same when you're going for clips. When you first go for your first clip, I still remember when I hit my first one. Before I hit that one, there was so many times where I was disappointed with myself because I'm like, wow, I just killed 3 people and there's another one there. Fuck, I just screwed up. What the hell? Oh my god, why can't I do this? And it's really difficult. But then when I look at it now, like when I get a quad feed, nowadays, and I remember this very specifically because Facebook marked this in a video once, and now I've got the habit of doing it, is now I kill someone, I'm like, 1, kill another, 2, I just literally say to myself, 1, 2, 3, where's the 4th, 4, where's the 5th, and it goes like that. I just stay calm the whole time, and I just move on to the next one. So unfortunately, the only thing you can do is just practice and get used to it. You just got to keep pushing through it until you eventually get there. And once you're there, it'll get easier and easier and easier. And I don't know, it's very weird how the mind works with that, but that's my take on with reactionary feelings that you can't really help. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the gameplay, hope you enjoyed the commentary. Go check out Cryptic's channel, and as always, guys, have fun.